Yes, sir. Today, I'm gonna be showing the process of what I do when I'm mastering a song. The song that we're gonna be mastering today is Work from Solisarius. I did a full mixing video showing the entire mix of how I mix this record. If you wanna check that out, go to the link up there. In this video, we're gonna show how I go about the process of mastering. I'm gonna explain everything, what I'm thinking about whenever I'm mastering, and basically how I get the song to be loud enough to compete with commercial records, and basically go show this whole process while using Ozone to get this whole thing done. So let's get to it. I bet. So right here we have the song pulled up. This is the pre-master version. In the last video, you can see I usually mix my records with a mix bus compression on the master bus before I print my records. So it's already slight compression already built into this master for me. So more than likely on this mastering session, I'm not gonna compress a lot. And I had a mid-side EQ on the mastering as well. So there's a couple of things that I won't be doing because I already had it in the mastering chain before I printed this. But basically every time I'm trying to master a song, I print out the final bounce and with like the headroom, like -6 dB or around that area of headroom, and then I take it to a whole new session where I'm gonna complete the entire master for me. So we about to break down that whole process right now, and I'm gonna show y'all. So basically when I'm mastering, what I'm trying to achieve is I'm basically trying to focus on getting the song to be louder and compete with radio records in terms of like loudness. You don't want to hear your song be turned on and then they play the next song after your song and yours is extremely lower, because that's gonna make people think that the other song is better, or it's gonna make your song sound not as good or not as professional. So the main focus right now when we talk about mastering is getting the song to be loud and compete with commercial records, and then slightly just get the overall tonal balance and make sure that the song is balanced and in terms of frequencies with like commercial records, meaning since it's gonna be played on like speakers, car speakers, iPhone headphones, lounge speakers, Starbucks speakers, you never know where the song is gonna go. But you want to make sure that regardless of where it's being played, it's tonally balanced to where commercial records are, so that when somebody's listening to the song in a specific area, it still feels like the same song regardless of where it's being played. So we're gonna focus on that. I'm gonna show you how I get to that. One thing I will say is that when you're mixing songs on so I'm gonna be mastering through these headphones, right? Or like let's say if you're in your studio mastering, more than likely your studio is not like perfectly treated to master songs. You know what I'm saying? It's not perfectly treated to have the perfect setup for you to master songs and hear the perfect frequencies of how everything's gonna sound. So I think the most important thing for you to do is to make sure that you use like a reference master to master your songs, and make sure that you use that to get your songs to the ending stage. For me, every time I master, I use a song that I want the song to sound like, and I'm doing A/B comparisons throughout the whole process to make sure that it's close to that master, because I know they probably had a better mastering engineer mix that song, especially if you're mixing from home, or especially if you're mastering from home or mastering in a non-treated room. In this video, I can't really use the song that I reference because I'm gonna get copyrighted for me, so we ain't gonna do that. But it's just something that you need to keep in mind, like A and B consistently. I'll probably A and B consistently throughout the video, but it's just gonna be muted, to be all the way real. Oh yeah, also when I'm mastering, the biggest goal I'm trying to achieve is basically like you want your records to be like a upside down triangle or like a cone type of record, meaning that's when you know like a mastering is good professionally. Meaning in terms of frequencies, I want my bass frequencies to be like tighter and in the middle and more mono, and as I get to the middle frequencies become a little bit wider, and as I get to the higher frequencies get a little bit higher. So that's what I mean by like an upside down triangle. You want it to be that direction in terms of frequencies. If your frequencies is set up like an upside down triangle, you will know that your song is sounding more legit and more close to like a radio sounding stream ready record. You feel me? So I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is pull up Ozone 10, because that's what we're gonna be using for this. For me, we are using Ozone 10. I think Ozone is on Ozone 11 right now. What I'm using at the moment is Ozone 10. So before I even get started, the things I want to do is I want to pull up the right plugins that I'm gonna use. I know I'm gonna use, well, a maximizer is here, so I know I'm gonna use a maximizer. That maximizes for me to get levels to like the standard loudness levels. That's what the maximizer is for. I also put a vintage limiter here because I want to get, if I need more volume, that's what the vintage limiter is for. I have one EQ equalizer here that I'm gonna use. Before, I'll probably have like a compressor before this, but like I said, I'm not compressing this because I already did it. I already had mix bus compression in my previous mix, so I'm gonna have one equalizer that I'm gonna keep for here, and that's probably gonna be my stereo equalizer. And then I'm gonna add, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another equalizer that'll probably be my mid to side equalizer, and then I'm gonna add imager just to get like, I'll probably get some type of like imaging, just to, like I said, that triangle that we were going for in the beginning of the record. This is gonna help me get it there. And then lastly, dynamics. So we're gonna have I'm gonna put this dynamics after the equalizers, and then we should be good. So we don't really want to do too much when it comes to mastering. I'm really not gonna be doing too much because your mix is really supposed to handle most of the issues that you have in your song. So my mastering is basically just to polish up a little bit of things and get it to that area that it sounds amazing, sounds really ready, and then we're good. So I'm gonna put in my reference track. I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna hit reference, and I'm just gonna use this is gonna be the song that I'm gonna be using as a reference for me. So I'm gonna open it up. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna be bouncing through left and right to just check to make sure that my master is close around its levels. But you're not gonna hear it because I'm gonna get copyrighted, so I can't really use that music. But it's definitely important to just, the thing I like about Ozone is I could just pull this up and reference A and B through the reference through my mix. So with that being said, let's get to it. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I get the levels right. I got this WLM meter here, and basically when you're mastering, what you're aiming for is just to get a master that's around the level of -9 LUFS. LUFS is what they measure like the loudness in terms of like streaming for me. So I'm just aiming to get this song to be -9 LUFS in terms of loudness, and you can see it over here too. If you go to Ozone and you just click this input output and you put it to integrated, it'll show you the LUFS, and then it'll show you where I'm getting my peaks and everything too. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just unmute all of these, and we're gonna get the song louder. I believe like the record that I mixed, I left like about like 6 to 5 dB of headroom, so that's what we should be seeing on this left side, because this left side is the input. And then we're gonna get it, but right now I'm trying to get as close to -9 LUFS as possible, because we're gonna reach the loudness first, and I'm gonna go to the loudest part of the record too. So we're gonna go right here. On your way to work. I see, so we getting like on your way to work. On your way to work. Work. On your way to work. Yeah, we getting like negative, it's peaking at like -6. Let's just say -5, -6, which is decent in amount of headroom for me. On your way to work. On your way to work. On your work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Work. On your way to 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 work. This is basically just, it's like if you think of like a compressor, it's like the attack and release of the limited, but it's not a compressor. Basically, this is gonna be controlling the attack and the release. I'm gonna set it like pretty low because I don't want it to be holding onto the compression. I don't want it to be overdoing it, so I'm gonna keep this kind of low. On your way to work. But before I even change this, the ceiling, I'm gonna set it to like -1 because I don't want anything to peak over that 0.1. I want the music to get as loud as possible, but without passing that -0.1 threshold to where it starts clipping and being too loud. I mean, it starts getting clipping. On your way to work. 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 See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. And on this first maximizer, I really don't want too much gain reduction. Like, you see the gain reduction coming in right here. I probably will only like max 1.52. I only want like not too much gain reduction for me. So we're gonna try to get as loud as we possibly can here. Work. On your way to work. On your way to work. On your way to work. All right, so that's a good level, but we only right now getting -12 LUFS loudness, so we need this record to be louder. Otherwise, it's not gonna compete with like radio records because we're trying to get to -9 LUFS. So I'm gonna turn this vintage limiter on, and I'm gonna push that a little bit louder just to get more volume. I'm gonna leave it on tube, and then I'm gonna just turn the character down a little bit. Work. On your way to 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 work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Never cloud with the bounce, popping better every day, helping someone out, yeah. Work. On your way to work. as you can see right now, we getting like -9 LUFS. So in terms of volume wise, we are good. We might push it a little bit harder at the end, but right now we got like a decent volume with these settings. So we just gonna keep it right here. What I'm really paying attention to is I don't want the low end to start being too distorted, or I don't want this song to sound too crunchy. You feel me? When it starts sounding a little bit too crunchy, that's when I'll start backing off like the limiter or anything like that. I feel like we got a good level. You feel me? It's good. We're in terms of loudness, we're good. We got like -9 LUFS, so that should be good. And the song, Is It Peaking?
Work on your way to work. On your way to work.
As you can see right here, it's not peaking at all.
On your way to work. On your way to work. On your way to work.
So once I got that, now I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna start use equalizer things and just get it to like the tonally balanced level of where I need it to be. When it comes to mastering, I like to really go off of like the idea that we don't really need to do too much, because your mix should have handled all the big problems that you need. For me, so on mastering, you don't really need to do too much. I really stay in the ballpark of like making changes, small changes of like anywhere from like 0.5 dB to like maybe 1 dB changes. Sometimes I might do a little bit extra, like depending on some boost and some cuts, I might do a little bit extra, but I'm really trying to stay in that ballpark of like 0.5 to like 1 dB. And I'm always making changes in like 0.5 increments. So like if I'm cutting, I'll do cut by 0.5, cut by like 1, cut by 1.5, just to see what that's doing. But I'm not trying to make big changes in equalizing. So listening to this record, what I feel like we can do to make it sound way more crisp is tame the bass a little bit. You feel me? The bass I feel like could be tamed a little bit and separate itself from the vocals slightly. And because I feel like the record right now isn't that triangle that we aiming for, it's like a little oval for me. So I feel like the high end could be a little wider and a little brighter for me. So we're gonna do that with the imager. But basically that's what we're trying to achieve, and these are the tools that we're gonna use to help us do that. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this equalizer, right? And like I said, the bass needs to be tamed a little bit. So we're gonna do that.
Work on your way to work. 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 Work. On your way to 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 work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill.
All right, I like that little slight shelf that we did on the bass. It just made the bass a little bit clearer. I'm gonna just mute it and then turn it back on so y'all can hear what's going on.
Work on your way to work. 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 On your way to work.
It just cleared up the vocal a little bit, you feel me? The vocal got a little bit clearer, so that's valid. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is, I feel like like I said, we trying to aim for that triangle. So I feel like the high end could be a little bit more bright. The vocals just a little slightly dull, feel me, in terms of commercial records. So we're gonna boost that up a little bit. Probably like anywhere from like 15,000 hertz or up, maybe like 20,000. I'm gonna just really test it out to see what I like better.
Work.
But like I said, I'm referencing between the records that I'm using while I'm mixing.
Work on your way to work. 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 See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the bout. Work on your way to work. 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 See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will.
I bet. So I feel like that overall, that little brightness made the overall record like a little more brighter. You feel me? Shines a little bit through. You can hear the vocals and you can hear high end information a little bit louder. So I like that. I'm gonna keep that like that for now. And then in terms of like the 4K, 5K range, I feel like I want the vocal to stick out a little bit more, and then the overall top end to open up a little bit. So I'm gonna boost that area slightly. I want to find the frequency that shines in the top end, and then I'm gonna boost that like slightly.
Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, doubt, not for cloud, but the boss popping better every day, helping someone out, yeah. Work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work, oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the boss popping better every day, helping someone work. Way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your.
I bet. So that's like 6,000, around the 6,000 hertz. I just boosted it like 0.3 dB. Like I said, we making like super small changes because I don't feel like we need to. The mix I already really like where it's at. I don't want to mess up the mix by making too many changes. I like where that's at. I feel like it's good. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna go to this EQ where I'm gonna use this EQ as like a mid-side EQ, and then I really just want to get a little bit of that, like it's like a little muddy, or that bass is punching out a little bit too much in that 100 to like 300 range. So I'm gonna check over there and I'm gonna cut some of that out of the mids, and then we're probably just gonna boost up a little bit of the high so the vocals punch through a little bit.
Work, on your way to work, on your way to work.
Yeah, like around here.
They be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the boss. Oh, 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 on your way.
All right, that's fine. I feel like that's good. And then we're gonna bring this vocal up a little bit in like this 1K to 2K range.
On your way to work, on your way to work.
Yeah, like right here. I hear this vocal. I can really hear the vocal and like the punch of the vocal in this area. So I'm gonna boost it up so that this vocal could like come up. It could feel like the vocal is moving up a little bit.
Work, oh, 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 on your way to work, on your way to work, on your way to work, oh, 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 on your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need.
I bet. So honestly, those are the only EQ changes I'm gonna make. I feel like that's good. I don't want to do too much to the record. Like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this game match right here and I'm gonna just bypass left and right. So basically, when it's game match, it's not giving me the loudness change to make sure that, to make it seem like everything sounds better. Everything is basically at the same level. So now I could bypass it and unbypass it to see if it's actually making it. What I did is actually making my record sound better.
Work, on your way to work, on your way to work, oh, 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 on your way to work.
So he's like dark.
On your way to work, on your way to work, oh, 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 on your
And now it's brighter and a little more alive.
Just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt.
Alright, I feel like it's a little bit too bright. So when it comes to this 16,000 hertz that we moved up, I'm gonna move it up to like maybe 18 or like 20,000 because I feel like it's just getting a little too harsh.
Work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the bounce popping better every day, helping someone.
Alright, I feel like at 18,000, I feel like that's valid. Everything is good now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this imager and we're just gonna separate like the bands. So with these imager, we're gonna separate the bands from like low, mids, like highs, and like the upper highs. And then we're just gonna start giving it some type of imaging to make it fit like the triangle that we were speaking about earlier for me. So let me do that right now. I'm gonna set lows from like 150 to like mids, maybe like let's say 2K. And like 10K right here. Cool. So this is where we're gonna set it up like for now, and I'm gonna just give it a listen and make adjustments where I should feel like the lows are. Oh, alright, that's good for the lows.
On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know,
I like that for mids.
Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt.
That's good for the highs. And like I said, I'm gonna make it sub. Hold on. And this is the extreme high. I bet. So what I'm gonna do for this record, like I said, when it comes to master, everything ain't static. Like you do one thing, that doesn't mean it's gonna work for another record. You gotta do what works for the record that you're mastering. You feel me? Like some songs might have more bass than others, so you might have to make small different adjustments. Some songs might have less highs, so you might have to boost more highs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really listen to the song and listen to your reference to know what you want to do. For this though, I'm gonna make the bass a little bit more mono for me slightly.
Work.
And then when it comes to the highs, definitely gonna make the highs a little bit more wider because like I said, we're aiming for the triangle, and I feel like the highs in this record aren't too wide.
Work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way. They're helping someone out, yeah. May your time not.
Alright, when it comes to the mid-range, I don't feel like, especially listening to like the reference track that I'm using, I don't feel like the mids are wide enough. So me personally, I'm gonna boost the mids a little bit just so like the mids could be a little wider because I feel like the overall record needs to be bigger.
We know your pain, nor the fact that you've got
That's
so
valid.
much more to gain. Work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way.
That's valid. And then the highs, I don't want to be too much, but I'm gonna just boost a little bit too so I could get it a little bit wider, and then we should be straight.
See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt.
So let's game match one more time and bypass in and out just so we can see what we really doing, if it's really making a song better or worse.
Work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt.
Still feel like it's too much harshness in the high, so I'm gonna actually tame this down to like 20,000. Oh, I think it's really coming from this 6,000. I'm gonna mute this.
Work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work, on your way to work. Try and get a cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the bounce popping better. Work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work.
I bet. So I feel like that's good. All we have left is this dynamics button for me, and I'm gonna use this to like really turn down frequencies or areas that I feel like have too much going on or too much power. I'm gonna just use that to turn it down. Or like one thing you could do too, like when it comes to like dynamics on a mastering levels, when you like compress more of the mid-range, it makes like your song feel wider, and when you compress more of like the sides, it makes your song feel like it's closing in. So in terms of like wideness, I do want this to be like a wide mix, so we're probably gonna do some type of like mid-side compression to this, and then honestly that's it. I feel like we're good. We're gonna A/B and the reference and see where we at, and then we should be straight.
Work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work, on your way to work. On your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the bounce popping better every day. Helping some work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing
I like where this is at right now. I'm gonna go back to my maximizer and use this soft clipper just to get a little bit more volume, you feel me, and a little more glue for everything, you feel me. I think we should be good at that level. I'm gonna use the soft clipper, and the more volume we get, I'll probably tone down on this like limiter or whatever, for me, because I don't want it to start, once you start feeling too crunchy, I don't like that, for me. So let's get to it.
work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the bounce popping better every day. Helping someone out, yeah. Work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose.
All right, let me reference it now.
On your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for cloud, but the bounce popping better every day. Helping someone out, yeah.
I'm also probably gonna boost, not here, not on this mid side, but somewhere in the mid range. I feel like we can have a little bit more mid range, because I still feel like those sides aren't warm enough. So I'm gonna boost a little bit more mid range up.
On your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way
Here.
to work, on your way to work, work. On your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work, on your way to work, on your way to work. Oh, 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 on your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking.
right, but so I like where that's at right now. We've got the loudness, we got it to like -9 LUFS. If we could get it a little louder. Cause I like it to just hang around at -9, not -10.
Work on your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervousness fizzle out when I'm about. Figure out route, there's no need to doubt. Show them what you about when they doubt. Not for clout, but the bounce by being better every day. Helping some work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. See, we just try and get our cut like a surgeon. Watch out for goofies, they be lurking. One thing I know, two things for certain. Inhale, exhale, I will fulfill purpose. Nervous.
All right, I feel like that's valid. I feel like we got good level. I feel like the song is loud enough. In terms of EQ wise, we didn't do too many changes to change the overall tone. We just basically added like a slight boost, 894, 4,500, and a boost in the highs, and then we shelved it a little bit in the lows. For me, we didn't go too crazy. We did a little bit mid-side boost and mid-side cuts over here in these two areas. A little mono mid-side compression just to make the song overall wider, and an imager just to give it that triangle shape that we was looking for. And then this is just basically for volume. So we're gonna give it a listen from top to bottom. I feel like it's valid and that should be good. We're gonna A-B it from like basically what we added just to make sure we didn't just make the song louder, but it's actually better for me. And then we're gonna play the whole record.
Work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. 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 Oh, 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 oh. On your way to work. On your way to work. On your way to work. Oh, 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 oh. On your way.
I feel like the record with the mastering, the record definitely got a lot brighter and it's like a little bit more separation, especially from the bass and like the vocals. Like the vocals get lifted up and the bass drops down. Like that's the biggest thing that I noticed for me. So I feel like that's good. I'm gonna gain match it. I'm gonna get it back the gain up, and then we're just gonna check the levels real quick, and then we got a master record. You feel me? We valid. So let's get it hitting -9 LUFS throughout the whole song. Around, it don't gotta be in -9 every single moment. You feel me? But in the loudest moments of the record, you want it to be in that -9. It could sometimes hit like a -8, but you just don't want it to sound distorted or too crunchy.